Aloha everyone, and thank you so much for 100 subscribers. I know it might not seem a lot to some of you, but to me it is absolutely amazing, and it is the beginning of something so great. I'm so excited to continue to grow my YouTube channel and connect with you all. I'm going to keep doing the monthly videos. I'm going to keep posting more how-to videos. I have to be better with timing because I do get really busy with my readings, and then it's hard to just get more content out, but that's something that I absolutely aspire to do so that you all can have more content from me. So I just wanted to come on and say thank you so much to all of you, and also tell you guys a little bit about myself. I don't think I've really ever posted anything explaining my work or how it came to be or anything of that nature. So you guys know my name is Bria, not Brianna. My actual full legal name is Bria Bogatin, and I'm originally from New Jersey, and I now live on the big island of Hawaii. So that's where I'm located. That's why I say aloha in the beginning of all my videos. Because it's just a lovely word and a lovely way to greet someone, right? So I had someone ask me the other day that they just thought I was saying aloha to be cute and didn't realize that I lived in Hawaii. And I'm like, no. So I'm 24, going to be 25 in June. I'm a Gemini. So yes, I know I'm a youngin'. My human flesh is young, my soul is very ancient, if you can't tell. So I am a Gemini sun, Taurus moon, and Leo rising, in case you can't tell with the hair. So I also have Saturn in Aries, which gives off a lot of vibes, I know that. I have Venus in Gemini, Mars in Gemini, Mercury in Taurus, so that's why I'm able to talk so groundedly, and my Taurus moon allows me to rationalize and ground out my psychic senses. So if you have an earth moon, those people tend to be highly psychic because they're able to rationalize the moon energy, which is your psychic, your intuition, and all of that stuff. So I am a born psychic seer medium, okay? So that's just kind of like how I like to label it. I was born with this. So ever since I can ever remember, I've seen spirit, I've spoken to spirit, I've seen auras, earth energies, prophetic kind of dreams, and just have, the veil is just pretty much not there for me, you know? I'm sure it's there a little bit, but definitely not there in a lot of ways. It scared me for a very long time. It took me a very long time to get used to it. So what would kind of happen to me was I would have like stints of like a stint of 3 years where I would see beings by my bed, ghosts in my house, my mother's father that passed when she was 7. I would see him a lot walking around in a gray suit. Angels, anything you can pretty much imagine I've seen. Obviously, I'm sure there's some things I haven't, but I've seen a lot, and I've had experiences with a lot. And I would always want to sleep in my mom's room. I slept in my mom's room until I was, probably past the age I should have been sleeping in her room, because I was always so scared and I didn't understand what was going on. And then it would kind of fade out for like a couple of years or so, and then it would come back. And that was happening all the way up until I was right before my 16th birthday. So right around my 16th birthday, like 1 or 2 weeks prior, I started having very strong dreams, scary dreams, sadistic, demonic type dreams, very strong psychic kind of dreams, like they were coming true. And one night I'd had enough, and something told me to tell my grandmother. So my grandmother is a born psychic as well, and her father is a born psychic as well too. And so why are they born psychics? So my grandmother and her father were both born with veils over their faces as babies. So for all of you that don't know what that is, when the baby is born, there's an extra layer of skin over their face, and they call it a veil. And obviously the doctors have to cut it off or the baby won't be able to breathe. And, the baby's pretty much suffocating. So back then, my grandmother was born in 1940. My great grandfather was born in 1913. And when the doctors cut the skin off, they would gift it to sailors, my grandmother told me, and the sailors would put it on their boats, and they saw it as protection, good fortune, good luck, security, and that kind of thing. And also people would say that those born with veils over their faces were going to have like a very prosperous life, maybe be famous, or have very high psychic abilities. So my grandmother and her father were the ones that were born like that. So I wasn't born with a veil over my face. However, I was born with a birth defect called craniosynostosis. And there's various forms of it, but the form that I had was the bones on the side of your head. You have them inside your head, and they hold your brain up like this, and on one side of my head my bones were together. That's how I was born. And so pretty much what they had to do was cut from back here, and literally they pulled my face off, cut my head open. It sounds very gruesome, so I'm sorry, and they had to saw the bones apart, or my brain wouldn't have room to grow, so my brain was growing out my forehead, and eventually my brain would have imploded. And this happened when I was 9 months old, and they said that I would have maybe lived to a year old, 12 months. So they caught it in good timing, obviously. So that happened to me, and it left me with a very bumpy head, which if you know me, you know I have scars. So you can see the top of my scar right there, so you know that I'm not lying. And it goes through this side of my head. I have so much hair, so I'm so lucky because it covers it. I won't waste my time trying to show you guys, whatever. But also, another thing that happened during this surgery is that it left me with a hole in my skull right here, where your third eye is. And I don't know, you can kind of see it. It's hard to see it like over the camera. You can see it sometimes in my pictures. I'll have like my skin will get oily or shiny, and you can see it. So I was born with the surgery. There's no bone here. So left me with the sight, the ability to see, and I truly feel that that is a big reason why I'm able to see spirit so strongly. I see spirit every single day of my life. There is not a day that goes by that I do not see ghosts or spirits or whatever you want to call it. No, it is not evil. Some of you may think that. If you do, I honestly don't really care. This is something that I was born with, and it's something that I was scared of for a long time. But to kind of go back to my head surgery, the doctors, I had an option when I turned 16 or 17, because I had to keep going back to this children's hospital, and they were trying to tell me to get a surgery to put an artificial bone over my head right here, because obviously it could cause some damage if I had an accident or something, but I don't want it because I feel like it's meant for me, and I don't feel like I'm going to go out that way because look at the work that I do, you know. I also still have soft spots in my head. So my head is deformed pretty much. If you know me, you might think it's kind of literal too. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. So that's kind of where the basis of all of this is. So when I turned 16, I'm having these dreams. I go and tell my grandmother, and she's like, I've been telling you your whole life that you're a psychic, you're a seer, you're meant to share your gifts, you have to share your gifts, and now you're just going to be forced into it. Literally what she said to me. And I was like, oh, like, okay. And she kind of helped me to cope with it. Like, when I was little, I was an altar server, and I remember looking at the priest, and I saw a big white aura around him, and it freaked me out. And I remember I told my grandmother, and she was like, well, you can see auras, and she helped me to be able to see auras better and stuff like that. I can kind of go into that in another video if you guys would like me to. However, I must say, I do not think that you can teach someone to see spirit or to be a psychic per se. Some of us are born with it because it's a calling and it's a path we have to live. It's like mathematicians. Like, I'm horrible at math, I can barely be taught math, like I straight up got zeros on my math tests in high school and stuff. I don't even know how they let me out. But that is something that a person is born with. You can teach someone to be intuitive and to increase their psychic senses. You can pray to Creator, universe, your guardian angels to help you to open up psychically so that you may communicate with the other side. But I do not believe you can teach someone to straight up be a medium and see spirit and have highly, highly psychic senses. I mean, if you know me, being around me, you can't hide things from me. There are no secrets around me. There are no lies, because they come and tell me, and it's not something that I can like help. It just happens, or I'm gonna dream it. So I can't foresee everything. That is something that I think is a big misconception. Honestly, when it comes to those closest to me, I get a little bit more blocked off than for my clients, because I still have to live a life, right? I still have to be a human on this three-dimensional planet, third density, right? And so I can't see everything, and even in my readings, sometimes people ask me questions, I'll go into it, and then I hit a wall because spirit will stop me. So that's just kind of like an explanation on that. So yes, when I was 16, my grandmother was like, I've been telling you this whole time. She told me various things that were going to happen to me, and they all happened, every single one of them. And it was pretty crazy. So as soon as we were at TGI Fridays in New Jersey when this conversation happened, she actually even predicted me moving here to Hawaii. She at first said California, but she was like, I feel like it's further. I just don't think she said Hawaii, but she said I was me living somewhere near a beach surrounded by an ocean. Well, hello. So she was a mentor for me for quite some time, and then she wasn't. And I kind of took off from there. So when I started to open up more and harness in on my abilities, things blasted open for me, like seeing spirits like on a very high level. The house I lived in Jersey was extremely haunted, I should say, but not in a bad way. There's a lot of spirit activity, and when I opened up to that, it was like tenfold. But it gave me so much empowerment and so much wisdom from being surrounded by that, because I know how to operate within the spiritual realm while still being a physical vessel here on this planet. So like I always say, I'm way more scared of a human than a spirit or an alien or anything like that, because I know I can handle that. So around that time, I started getting into what you might call witchcraft. I do consider myself a witch. I'm not sure if I entirely like that label, but I do ritual work. My altar is over there, 2 altars, another one over there. So I do ritual work. I honor my ancestors and the ancestors of this planet. I work mostly with the angels, which is also a lineage for me, because my dad, and this is all my dad's side of the family, it's not my mom's, my dad's side of the family has had many experiences with Archangel Michael in particular, and other angels. So when I opened it up to it, I immediately felt the protection of the celestial realm and the true celestials, okay? That is a big misconception within this world, with religion and stuff. They label things and they invert and pervert and exploit things, and you think you're praying to one thing, but you're actually not. So that's something else I can kind of go into. But so around that time, 16 years old, getting into witchcraft, connecting to spirits and stuff, and my mom's boyfriend at the time bought me a tarot deck. And it wasn't the Rider-Waite, but it was one very, very similar, very traditional base, like the Rider-Waite. And he was like, well, I see you're getting into, all this stuff, so I figured you might like these. And that's pretty much where it all started when it comes to tarot. I've always been a psychic. I've always predicted things and knew things that I had no business knowing. But tarot, and why I think tarot is so popular, is because it gives substance. It's something that people can look at and people can see. And tarot also tells a story, and it gives me a specific direction to go in. So I see the tarot as a way for the energies I'm working with, my clients' higher selves, my clients' ancestors, and all of that, telling me what topic of conversation to talk about. And I can say, here's the Five of Pentacles. This is what this means. Now here's my psychic interpretation of that. I am a psychic tarot reader. There are really great tarot readers out there that just know the science and the structure behind tarot, and they're great. However, I will say, being a born psychic, you do get a lot more information out of that, and you are able to tap into other things like past lives, the past of this lifetime, your present, your future. So it's a flow for me. I know that this is kind of spoken down upon. I know some people don't really understand this, but this is just my truth, and this is how I work with spirit. I do allow spirit into my body, and that's just how I've always done it ever since I was born. So how it works is I half step out and spirit half steps in. I have specific guides that do this for me, or I have specific guides that stand around me to protect me and pretty much, scan whoever is trying to step into my body. So you will hear from some of my clients, like, next thing you know, my voice is changing. The way I'm talking is changing. Next thing, 1 minute I'm talking like this, the next thing I'm like ripping on my clients. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but that was, your soul family from another galaxy, or that was your passed on cousin who, stepped in real quick. That is how I work. I don't know what else to tell you. Some people do look down upon that, but that is how I do my work. It's how I've always done my work, and haven't had an issue so far. And I don't think that I will, because I'm spiritually protected. So that's really where that started. I taught myself tarot. I did not look up anything. And I always encourage people to do this. Literally take your tarot cards and ask about a situation that you already know about and see what comes out. Now, if you know, for example, that you were waiting on a job opportunity, but it fell through, and you're getting cards like maybe the Nine of Pentacles or the Ten of Pentacles, you can say, maybe that's not entirely right. So you tune your cards as you do that as well. You have to tune your cards to your energy, and that's how you do that. So then if you're shuffling again and you're asking about the opportunity, and then the Five of Pentacles comes out, or the Four of Cups, or the Five of Cups, you can say, okay, that is more on point. That is how I did it. I never really Googled or looked up anything. Honestly, I had a guidebook with the tarot, and then I went from there, and then I practiced on my friends and my family, and I worked my way up. So this all started when I was 16, so it's been almost 9 years now that I've been practicing this tarot ritual work, and I've been a seer my whole life. So that was something I don't entirely need to practice, because it just happens. Yeah, so what else do I want to say? So I was doing readings for free for a very long time. I do believe that you do need to be initiated into offering tarot readings and having to pay for it. I don't really believe in not doing that. I think that you need to be initiated into it. You can't just pick up tarot and 6 months later now you're charging people for readings. I didn't charge people for readings years into my practice, because you have to be initiated. And then when I did charge people, I was charging $25 and sitting there and reading people for hours on end, like literally in my room with like 5-10 of my friends, one after the other. And then I just went up from there. Now I charge what I'm comfortable at charging at, because I earned it, and I earned the stripes, and it is an energetic exchange, right? So now I'm here. I'm on YouTube now. I'm really excited about these videos. I've lived in Hawaii for almost 4 years now. May 1st, it'll be 4 years already. I have a lot of hope for this YouTube channel, and I want to do more. Hopefully one day I'll be doing lives when I get some more subscribers and more people on my YouTube page. Just trying to think if there's anything else I would like to add about myself. But I think that's it for now. If you guys have any questions about me or my work or anything of that nature, leave the comments down below, and I'll either reply or maybe I will make a video about it. Yeah, so I just want to tell you guys a little bit about myself. So again, this is something that was passed down to me. This is a lineage for me. Dragon work. So I do work with the energy of dragons a lot. I am definitely considered the dragon lady in my community and the people that I know. that started in around 2014. That started, and it was just a niche for me, and that is also a lineage for me. And so the shamanic dragon lineages, there's a good amount of us here. We got to be on this planet because we have to be the light in the darkness of all the crazy shit that's going on, right? So I have done a lot of dragon work, a lot of fire magic. I mostly resonate with the energies of air and fire. You definitely get some earth energy from me because my Taurus moon is like my saving grace, I swear to God. But yeah, so also another thing when it comes to kind of the lineages that I have. So my name in Hebrew, so my name is Bria, Bria, and my name in Hebrew is Bria, so it's a Hebrew name, and it's spelled Briah, or I've seen Briyah, and actually right before I moved to Hawaii, literally like a week before I was getting on the plane and moving out here officially, I started to look into it more. Now, someone told me this at a church in France. Just a quick side note, I had this priest walk up to me after I was done praying at an Archangel Michael statue. And he said, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Bria." And he said to me, "Do you know what that name means in Hebrew?" And I said, "No, but maybe I should because my mom's side is Jewish. So I am a Russian Jew and have connections to that as well. In my lineage is Israel, Russia, New Jersey." So yeah, so I am a Russian Jew. I'm like almost half Russian Jewish. And so he was like, well, the name Bria in Hebrew means everything that God created is within you. Just this random priest in Paris when I was like 18 saying this to me, and I was just like, oh my God. And I've had a lot of these kinds of experiences. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but I honestly don't like to tell people a lot. I really only tell these stories to people that are really close to me because I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. I don't want it to be taken like I feel like I'm better than people, or I know more than people, because I don't feel that way at all. I'm just a human having this experience, and for, whatever purpose, this is my purpose, and what I came here to do. So I looked it up, and he turned out to be right, but then years go by. So this is when I was 18. Flash forward to when I'm 2021, almost about to move here to Hawaii by myself, by the way. Yes. And I started looking it up more, and I find that in the Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism, of course, if you want to look into that, use discernment. A lot of these things are half-truths and, just all that. But the name Bria in mystic, oh my God, I can't talk. Jewish mysticism in the Kabbalah, it is the second realm created by God, source, whatever, the sphere of the zodiac, and also the home of the archangels. So that is where my energy comes from. My name is literally the home of the archangels, so I work with them a lot. I teach classes about them, and a part of my purpose here is to absolutely give out the truth about the archangels and the celestial beings, the true celestial beings, also the true ancestors of our planet, and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I just want to tell you guys some things about me, and why I am here on YouTube giving tarot readings, and why I proclaim to be what I proclaim to be. I can back it up, okay? So yeah, also, since I now have 100 subscribers, for all of you on YouTube, if you watch this video, I would like to extend my discounts for my YouTube people. So currently, I am offering discounts. My readings typically go for $60 for 45 minutes, $90 for an hour and 15. Right now, I'm doing $50 for 45 minutes and $75 for an hour and 15. So for people on my YouTube, I will be extending that until, let's say, May 10th. I'll extend that to. Right now, it's until April 20th. But if you watch this YouTube video and you want a reading and you want a discount reading, message me and tell me you saw this video and that you are a subscriber, and you will get the discount, girl. I also offer mini readings. I don't know if I ever spoke that on here, but I offer mini readings. So what happens is they are only solely over Messenger, okay? This is not a session you book with me. So what happens is you message me through Instagram or Facebook. I'm going to start putting my email down below too, so you can email me. And you say, I would like a mini reading. I have a specific inquiry and this is what it is. Or I don't have a specific inquiry, I would like a general reading. And then I pull about 4 tarot cards for you. I will send you a picture of your tarot cards along with either a voice message or a long written out message going in depth of your guidance in regards to those cards. So I have clients that literally only do that with me, and then I have clients that do all of it, okay? So whatever works for you, I'm always here for you guys, and I want to try and put out more videos. Sorry, we live really close to a road, so I know one day I'll get it more better. So yeah, that is me. That is all about me, and thank you all so much for supporting me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave them down below. If there's any topics you guys would like for me to speak on any further, let me know and I'll definitely speak on them, okay? So have a beautiful day and many blessings to you.